What's happening, everybody, and welcome to Suplex Syndicate. I am your host, Tactical Santa, joined by my other two brothers from another mother, hosting this show, the Czechoslovakia Sasquatch and 30 Spray J. Guys, how was your weekend? How are you doing?
My weekend was fantastic. Had some really crazy drops this past couple of days. Living life, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Well, Halloween happened. Got to take the kids trick-or-treating. Took my daughter. Was able to go get my son. And then we watched Halloween movies, even though Halloween is over. Halloween is never over in this household.
Never.
We started with the Halloween remake, and then we did Halloween Kills. I think we're going to finish Halloween Ends before he goes home today.
Nice. I had a pretty good weekend. I worked all weekend at the new job. Got some stuff going on, but super excited to say this. One thing that we forgot to mention is this bad boy dropped.
Yes.
On Halloween. This one.
Absolutely.
And I finally got to put it in beard today. What an amazing scent profile. I loved it. Stellar. Worked out all day. I was glad that I was able to get it in beard and try it.
Nice.
But absolutely fantastic. But fellas, why don't we say hi to everybody? We got Banff Beard Company. Kevin, what's going on, brother? We got the dapperest of all dapper, Mr. Harmon. How you doing, sir? We got Robert Allen in here. What's going on? And we got a new one to the show. What's going on, Brennan? We got Dark Blessing Beard and Body. I'll tell you what, he's making some good stuff too.
Absolutely, man. Welcome.
Yep, absolutely. Heck yeah.
Welcome.
All right, guys. So with that being said, shall we just get into everything? I mean, we kind of had a fun-filled week this week. So let's get into Raw.
Oh yeah, Raw was short. There wasn't a lot of matches that went on this week. There was like legitimately 3 matches on the card itself, which is kind of weird for a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
But yeah, you started off the show with it was a CM Punk, Jey Uso head face to face meeting for the number one to talk about the number one contender for the title and the lead up for the match for Sunday or Saturday night's main event.
Right.
Nothing really happened, to be honest with you. There wasn't a lot that happened on this show in general.
Right.
What?
It's just
What?
it was a fluff show just to get the Saturday night's main event.
Oh yeah, okay. So I agree with you on that aspect, but to me, Raw was way better than what I'm about to talk about with SmackDown.
Yeah, this is true. So you had that, then you had a Nikki Bella versus Perez match, which actually turned out to be somewhat decent. I'm trying to remember, to be honest with you, I'm trying to remember what happened on that show. Again, like I said this before. Every time we talk about Monday Night Raw, it seems like it's like 2 weeks ago. So I have to kind of refresh my mind. So please forgive me. But yeah, like I said, it was a decent match. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Judgment Day got involved with that again, like normal.
Right.
So give me 1 second. Yep. Yeah. So there was interference like always in every single Judgment Day match there was. And then Stephanie came out and made the save to preventing Nikki from getting attacked again. So it looks like we might have a tag team match coming up in the near future. But Perez did beat Nikki Bella in a pretty decent match. It wasn't great, but it's leading up to something else. So, which is always, long-term storytelling, blah, blah, blah. So, the next one was actually the number one contender for the Intercontinental title, right? I think that's what Dom has. It was between Rusev and Penta. And actually, you know what? They actually put on a really good show.
They did.
I'm actually the way that they have Rusev and basically any luchador in the company, him or Dom, Penta or Dom, go up against each other. It's actually a pretty good combination. It actually makes Rusev look really strong. And then this was no different. Like you got the Brute versus a high flyer.
Right.
And it actually it was probably the best match of the show, to be honest with you. So you had that, and it was actually, like I said, it was a really, really good match. I'd probably give it a solid B. And then, and then I guess I'm sorry, I really cannot remember what actually happened on Raw. I apologize.
You had Braun Breaker and LA Knight.
Yeah.
So,
and then Sheamus versus JD, which you had already spoke on.
Oh yeah. That one was actually that was at one point in that match. There was actually a point where I'm going on to the JD Sheamus match. Sheamus was getting slapped and was actually getting like legitimately angry at him.
Yeah,
and he just like walloped him. It was actually pretty funny just to watch him get angrier and angrier and realizing Sheamus is now officially an old man and he has an old man face now. And it's just watching the old man get mad. Like I'm cracking up every time I see this. Every time. I think I watched that match like 3 times just to watch him get angrier and angrier, which is always fun.
Right.
Seems like the main event of Raw though was the Flair and Bliss versus Bayley and Valkyria.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'm going through my notes. I apologize. I gotta get better prepared for this show, man. We're running some sort of Mickey Mouse operation here, you know. There was an LA Knight versus Braun match, which was okay. It wasn't super crazy, but you know, it was a solid, in my book, a solid C plus. But
it kind of just shows how much more LA Knight is getting pushed down.
Yeah, but you know, we're gonna talk about what we think is going to actually go on later on when we talk about Saturday night's main event. But yeah, like the Alexa Bliss Charlotte Flair match, that was the best match of the night. So you know what? I still don't like Lyra. I don't know what it is about her. I just can't stand her. But watching her and Bayley work together, and not knowing which Bailey is actually going to be there
Right.
really puts a nice little edge to this tag team. You don't know if she's going to beat up Lyra or be
Right.
your tag team, which is always great. But
Right.
yeah, so I actually like the tag team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. It works, even though you don't
Right.
think they would the conflict of personalities would work, but it does apparently.
Right.
Just in general, that was probably a good solid B to B plus match. Flair and Bliss do beat Bailey and Lyra for the titles, so
Right.
to
Right.
retain the titles. Excuse me.
Mhm. What would you rate Monday Night Raw overall?
Like I said, going into Saturday night main event, this leading up, it was like a high C plus, maybe a low B at the best. If it wasn't for that tag team match at the end, it would have been like a C.
Right. Right. What about you, Dirty Spray? What do you rank it?
I don't know. I was kind of invested in it because of it being the Raw before Saturday night main event, and them not really pushing so much about Saturday night main event. It's just a filler pay-per-view.
Right.
Honestly, it was a B plus to an A minus for me. Raw really, especially after seeing SmackDown.
Yeah.
So before it was like, it was a C, B minus, or whatever. But after SmackDown on Halloween, Raw definitely did a little bit better.
Gotcha. Well, all right. Well, speaking of that, let's move into SmackDown. Let's talk about SmackDown.
SmackDown, Halloween. You think we're getting a banger of a show? You think we're getting a Tricks and Streets fight match like we do most years?
Right.
You think we're getting some Wyatt Six live in the arena?
Some spooky shit? No.
Right.
Spooky shit. Okay. So we did get, not lurking in the shadows, but right in camera, Nikki Cross, kind of putting her name in, not really saying putting her name in, but putting her name in for this U.S. championship of the women's side.
Right.
There was an open challenge for the U.S. title with Dragvanovich. And I like what they're doing with this U.S. title, just like, kind of giving everybody a shot to show that they're worthy of some kind of title.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Like I said, my voice kind of went out, so bear with me. Nathan Fraser lost to him, just kind of building him up from, being on injury, coming back, winning a title. I think he's going to have a long...
Right.
I've always been a Dragunov fan ever since when like what really got me over was the Walter Dragunov matches that they had in NXT, and Dragunov just getting the snot beat out of them and keep coming back for more and more and more. So
right,
yeah. Then we had Carmelo Hayes versus Kit Wilson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Carmelo Hayes wins. They could have been pushing this kid a lot harder than they have been. Maybe he's starting to get a little bit more rhythm and shine. He's starting to show that he can actually handle. He's great on the mic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then for whatever reason, like Alexa Bliss, I guess because the tag team titles for the women's is a 2-show title, but we had Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
And
I am definitely here for it.
The only thing that I didn't like about the match, I love the giant versus the little person match. I mean, me and Sasquatch have a few of those every week. But the fact is that there was interference from Flair giving Bliss the advantage. Yeah. Okay, we're rooting. They're the good guys, but yet they're doing bad guy stuff. I would have loved to see Bliss is a champion, so no matter what, let her show that she can take down the giant. That gives her more momentum for whenever she gets another title reign herself. But Motor City Machine Gun versus MFT. So we finally get some my family tree in the war paint on TV after weeks of all this back and forth with the Wyatts, you would think that there'd be a promo, especially on Halloween, like WWE, Triple H, whoever. You really dropped the ball having SmackDown on Halloween. You didn't do nothing with it. The best thing we got was R-Truth and a Santa outfit for humor at the beginning of the show.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
The only MFT did, lay out additional tech after the match, after they defeated them, Motor City Machine Guns, and Ray Phoenix came out, Nakamura came out. They all got their asses handed to them.
Right.
And then we had the contract signing, which I don't understand why you needed a contract the day before the pay-per-view. Like, we usually get these a month in advance, build that up. You're going to shit talk and beat each other up for a month. On the other hand, we did get a lot of, beat ups and everything. And now all of a sudden we need a contract. It's like Tyson signing for Holyfield the day of or something. I don't know.
Right.
They squared off. McIntyre crossed the line and, laid into Rhodes, which really showed that who was going to win Saturday night. It seems like anytime, whoever's on top in the ring is usually who loses at the pay-per-views. We all know this. Sasquatch said it before. We've predicted it in every pay-per-view.
Right.
They really need to switch that up. But all in all, that's all that happened on SmackDown. So for it to be a Halloween night, you have scary individuals like the Wyatt Six and Aleister Black and Selena Vega. Nothing was used. We didn't get a street fight with some jack-o'-lanterns smashed on someone's head.
Right.
Honestly, dude, this is the worst SmackDown I've seen in quite some time. I'd say it's a C-.
Yeah, it's been a couple.
I'm wondering if the Wyatt Six now, weren't they not at because they've got that big thing at what is it, MGM Studios or the Universal? Orlando.
Universal.
I'm wondering if they were there really promoting it that night since it was the big thing. Maybe they might have been there.
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't checked into that, but possibly.
And I was going to bring this up because I thought, that there was some talk about Bo Dallas's father, Bray Wyatt's father, and hospice, but that was an old interview that people are resurfacing, trying to say why Bo Dallas is gone. Hey, he's got nieces and nephews and everything that, that man, they're still dealing with a death, that doesn't just stop. And now that there's so much more family things happening, like this creation of this haunted house that was Bray Wyatt's plan to make happen. So
I'm betting they were there. It was such a big thing, especially with Bray. I'll bet you out of respect, and because I mean, when you think of that, you got to be there Halloween for that. You have to be there Halloween for that. So,
but like I said, we did get Nikki Cross right in front of camera. It could have been taped beforehand.
Probably taped.
We did get Eric Rowan in the back whenever Tonga was on the screen. We did get little glimpses, but I'm just saying, like, if they did a pre-taped promo of Bo Dallas before, I would have literally loved to see something great on Halloween. Like, that's my night.
Right.
Let's see something scary.
They completely dropped the ball. Was it at this show or was it at a different show where they had the skeletons on the stage and Solo came out, was messing with one of the skeletons and ended up like breaking off the arm of the skeleton or whatever?
I didn't actually see SmackDown. I just kind of got highlights of it and everything. So I really don't know. But I know that, in past years that, the rings were decorated. There was great things. Right. We got a few ha-ha moments of people in costumes before the show.
Right.
Our girl Jade was in multiple costumes.
Jade was
rocking that Punisher, looking
Jade was looking awesome. Jade was looking awesome. Yep.
So yeah, C-, D+ on SmackDown on Halloween. Hopefully they do something better. But
right.
You can't have an A an A show every week.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's going to be flops, but they really dropped the ball on this one.
Definitely.
I think they're kind of pushing for the pay-per-view, which let's get into that.
Well, speaking of that, let's get into Saturday night's main event.
All right, that one was actually what, 4 matches? Yeah, 4 matches altogether. Pretty overall, pretty solid show, to be honest with you.
Right,
better than was it on Friday Night SmackDown? Or no, it was on this. Let's get this out of the way. They are gonna, starting Monday, they will have a tournament for John Cena's last match.
Yeah,
16-person tournament. They said it could be within any of the brands, so Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and also somebody who doesn't work for the company. So probably TNA, maybe. So they're going to have a 16-person, basically a tournament to figure out who's going to be John Cena's last match, which is very stupid on my part, but in my opinion, but
what's going to happen?
It is what it is. So
we'll get into that.
They haven't really gave us much details outside of that, so I don't know who's in it. So we will. I think it's.
Yeah, you'd think they would say something about the rules, like anybody he's faced before can't be in the tournament.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? So
Brock Lesnar just in one knockout 16. Let's do it again.
Exactly. So. Yeah, so that was they did a nice little promo with John, a little vignette, which was really nice. So that was great. Then they started off the show with Cody and Drew, which that was a pretty solid match. It wasn't great. It was solid. Like there was some really high moments, like seeing Drew hit a standing Claymore. Yeah. That was kind of impressive, to be honest with you.
Right.
So that was nice. Like we predicted. Like what we said before, we didn't predict it. Since Drew McIntyre was standing tall on Friday Night SmackDown, he actually ended up losing to Cody Rhodes. So Cody Rhodes, you're still your champion. So
So there was that stipulation that if Rhodes got counted out or disqualified, he was going to lose the title.
They kept on saying the loser, the champion doesn't have a champion's advantage. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Okay, if you're going to keep saying that, then you got to do something with it. You just can't say it and then just not follow through with something, You
would think.
I mean, like there was one point where Cody almost got counted out. It got to like 9.5. And they rolled back in, and then Michael Cole is going ape shit crazy on the mic and whatnot. So,
oh my god,
yeah,
he did use the belt though, without being caught.
Yeah, again. This is true.
So, are we still? We're still leading up to a Cody heel.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
It's getting there.
It's got to be.
He's using these weapons more and more, and not feeling the regret and the should I hit you with this? Should I not hit you with this? Type of thing. You know what I mean? So you had that. The next one on the match was the Jade Cargill Tiffany Stratton title match. Surprisingly, there was a lot of title matches on the show, which is really crazy. Like most pay-per-views, you get like maybe one. Even Night of Champions, you had like two titles. This one had like what, 3?
Yeah, she looks gorgeous.
Yeah, she was looking good. I got to tell you, even though Tiffy stood tall in the ring, the big tell to me was the week before when Jade just went out and just annihilated her, gave her an injury. So that gave her kind of a Tiffany excuse of, well, I lost because I had a leg injury, knee injury, or whatever. But I mean, we saw it. She turns heel. They're not going to not let her win this match against Tiffy. The Jade is going to bring the reign. She is going to be female women's champion for a while. They didn't invest this much money into her for her not to be champion for a long time.
Yeah, this is true. And plus, Tiffany was dealing with an injury anyway, so she was going to be out for a while, and you know, WWE can't have two champions where they relinquish the titles. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you can see in the photo, yeah,
Right.
Dino's imaginary girlfriend is now the champion.
Wow. Man,
Oh, okay.
Sasquatch.
Dino, I don't take many shots at you, so you know,
Right.
I had to get that little
I'll tell
jab
you,
in there every once in a while.
I will tell you what though. I think they're going the right way because I hate to say it, but she pretty much Brock Lesnar Tiffy.
Yeah, this is
So
true.
I think you're going to see Jade now that she doesn't have to worry about being a good girl, just being the heel. I think she's going to be in that. I think they're going to build her kind of like Brock Lesnar, where yeah, she's doing bad stuff, but nobody really cares. They just want to see her go out there and wreck people. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you had that. So like I said, that was a pretty solid match. You know,
Right.
Tiffany did put on a good show for being injured.
Right.
Why are you not? Why is my computer acting up now? All right. But yeah, so it like I said, it was a solid match. I would give it, you know, a B. Dino might give it something a little higher than that.
It was decent.
It was decent, right?
It wasn't an A, and that's partially because Tiffany Stratton really is injured. She's probably going to have to go away for a little bit.
Right.
So, but the fact that Cargill could carry her, make her look halfway decent for to finish her reign.
So, remember we talked before that when Jay was in AEW, she was fluid and she had all these moves and she could do stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
She comes to WWE, she's not a heel, she's a baby face, and she can't wrestle to save her ass, right?
Yep.
And all of a sudden she turns heel, and look at how smooth the matches are because she's not worried about the fan interaction. She's just doing her thing. So really glad they turned her heel. She's going to get a chance to showcase what she can do in WWE.
Yeah, like she's not experienced enough to be a face and to be a powerhouse face. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so, you know, we saw when she was in a ring with talent, Asuka, you know, whoever.
Right.
She looked really good because her counterpart was really good. Now she gets to shine where she knows that she can actually do the job confidently. So, which is nice. So.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Actually, the next match of the night and was the match of the night. To be honest with you, it was better than the main event. It was the 3-way match between champion Dominic Mysterio, Mr. Mullet himself, Rusev, and Penta, and that had some highlights, and it was like I personally don't like 3-way matches because there's so much going on and it relies on so much timing wise. But this one they played off. They did it really well. Even though Dom basically cheated to win again, but in a creative way, which is great.
Is totally like the second coming of Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, 100%.
He is pulling it off. And you know what's crazy is the more he does it, the more I'm like, I like him. This is just really good.
I was gonna say to you guys, didn't you just get like 2002 nostalgia feel with this match? Like, it was really all he has to do, put the Rey Mysterio luchador mask on. They don't put him in a lowrider coming out with the entrance already. Come on, bring it all.
Yep. And he did something that I've never seen in a match before. Like, so Miro or Rusev had Penta in the camel clutch, and so he's there, and next thing you know, you hear the bell go off.
Eddie Guerrero did do that before.
I don't remember seeing it
against Kurt Angle.
And so you know, Rusev jumps up and he's thinking he won. The ref's like, no, you didn't. And then next thing you know, you pan over and Dom's standing there next to the bell, smiling with the hammer. And that just irked Rusev even more. And he went nuts and was basically beating the snot out of Dom for what it seemed like 5 minutes, but which was really probably just 30 seconds. And it's to the point where I guess he had dropped the hammer. And him and Rusev were fighting outside the ring, and then Dom goes back in to try to get the hammer, and Penta's there and cuts him off, and so they're fighting a little bit more, and Penta went to go hit Dom with the hammer, missed, and knocked Rusev out.
Right.
Which was kind of crazy. And then just the sheer, oh my God, I just killed this guy with this hammer look on
Right.
Penta's face was great.
Right.
And then basically, and then Dom took out Penta through the ring post and then did a splash on Rusev, which killed me because they're like, Rusev's knocked out. He's out cold. And then you just see Rusev rolling around on the ground. I'm like, yeah, y'all gotta get your stuff together. He's not knocked out cold because he's rolling around, you know. So.
Right.
But yeah, it was, and then Dom wins, and he retains your championship. So I have a feeling what it's going to be is it's going to be Miro. I keep calling him Miro, but Rusev and Penta in the next round of matches, and I'm here for it. I think they have really good chemistry.
They do.
Rusev looked like a monster. He actually caught Dom at one point when Dom was trying to do one of those head scissors.
So,
yeah, the one arm and just threw him down, and I was like,
wow. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, that personally, in my opinion, was the match of the night.
Yeah, it was a fun match to watch. It was entertaining, especially with the ringing of the bell. That was classic. It was awesome. I love how they did that, and like I said, he looks like him. He acts like him now. Totally like Eddie Guerrero, and it's cool to see.
Exactly.
And like you said, Jay, they just need him coming out in a lowrider, and that would be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Yeah.
Would it be too much over the top? You know, with the fans reject you think the fans like us would really like it?
Right.
I mean, I don't see why not. The only thing that would make it better is if he tries to woo what's her name in the Judgment Day? Not Perez, the Raquel.
Raquel.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Why haven't they done that yet? I mean, I understand that they're Liv and Rio is basically the China for him.
Yeah,
but she really wasn't as big as somebody like Raquel.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be the only thing I could see them doing. That would be great, but I don't know if they'll ever do it.
Give him Nia.
Maybe.
Give him Nia. So we'll talk about your guy.
Yes,
here we go.
My guy. It was CM Punk, and it was the main event for the world title. CM Punk versus Jey Uso. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of Jey Uso's entrance. It's too long. You're running it back to okay. Like I understand the whole fan interaction, but how long can you keep this up for? It's been 6 months now.
And I think it's gonna die down once he turns which way he's going. Villain, but
and every time they showed a close up of his face, you could see the grill that was in his face, and it looked like it hurt. I don't like it; just looked off. I'm like, okay. I'm usually okay with somebody having a grill in, but this one looked painful.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, it just looked painful, but there was a lot of false finishes in this match. They started off old school, locking up and headlocks and arm bars, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And then at one point, CM Punk went for a neck breaker, and Jay over rotated when they were going down, so he landed face first. And CM Punk basically got pissed at him and started kicking him and kicks him straight in the head. And then they do the spot again and he gets it right. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Right.
But overall, that was a really, really solid match. Probably the second best match of the night. And, my man, CM Punk wins and he is your new heavyweight champion, I think. Is it heavyweight champion?
Yeah.
He is your heavyweight champion. So.
Don't worry, Jay. He's just going to be food for Brock Lesnar. It ain't going to last long.
I really hope so.
You know what? And I have a feeling Gunther is going to be coming back very soon, and he's going to have something to say about this. So
okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room real quick, and something that we didn't talk about backstage, but I wanted to bring up the promos for WrestleMania Vegas, the shoes, and they finally released the poster. And you got Roman Reigns, you got Brock Lesnar, you got Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
I forget CM Punk.
Right.
Yep.
You also have Triple H.
Yeah.
And all the time in the 30-some years, 40-some years that Vince McMahon has had that company, you never got Vince McMahon on the poster unless he was wrestling.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden you're cutting promos and everything. Like, you could have did a commercial for this. Like, you know, we thought somebody was coming back.
Exactly. Yep.
And then putting your face on the poster. I mean, come on.
Kind of interesting. The only person that's not a Heyman guy is Cody right now. Yeah. Kind of interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Let me ask. Let's propose something. What if you got those guys? Cody turns into a Paul Heyman guy, but what if it's a corporation again? Remember when Vince had the corporation? Think about this. If you had those guys, how much could they just run over everybody?
Yeah,
if they were all on the same page.
CM Punk was at that table too. So I'm like, you got.
That's what I'm saying.
You remember when, you know, Godfather and Right to Censor and all that started? You know, sooner or later, CM Punk's gonna
it'll break away.
He'll fall in line. He could be a bad guy for a little bit.
Right.
Exactly. So
I liked CM Punk when he was a Heyman guy. He actually had some great matches and great promos for against the Undertaker, against Cena, and all that. As the good guy, CM Punk, besides all the backstory and all the bad stuff, you know, leaving for 10 years and all that, but when he was a heel, he was a better champion. I don't know if I can like this CM Punk straight edge champion. You know, the good guy only lasts forever. You know, the bad guy lasts forever.
Yeah,
right.
This is true, but overall, like I said, it was a pretty solid show. It was probably better than the last two pay-per-views that they had. So I'd probably give it like a solid B+. Yeah, like
I agree.
High B.
I agree with that.
Low B+. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. I was actually waiting. I was waiting for at the end. I was actually waiting for Brock to come out. I figured because there's keep sitting on this guy, keep paying him. Like, when are you going to use him? Like, what's going on?
At the same time, like, did they want to do that again to CM Punk? And after he wins the title, do you want to have somebody come out and like screw it over?
Yes.
Why not? Because he's not losing the title. At least he still has the title. He's just going to get an ass whooping.
Yeah, this is true.
You know. At least, like, they got Seth Rollins out for 6 months.
Right.
So why not? You know, you really gonna just have him, you know, run this reign until Seth Rollins comes back? It's weak sauce.
I mean, who else are they gonna push? I mean, like
Brock Lesnar.
Let him do what he does.
At the same time, you're going to get sick of seeing Brock. Not seeing Brock on TV. You're going to get tired of it.
No, you won't, because you'll just see him once a month like he used to do before. You'll see him come out, destroy somebody at the pay-per-view. There'll be a new feud. He'll come out, talk one time, and then
at that same time, they actually had a secondary storyline that could actually carry these shows. They don't have that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got all these factions. Who do
you see big feud? Like, obviously Jey Uso in the CM Punk feud is not over. You're still got Jey Uso in the thing. And then then you're gonna have LA Knight again. You're gonna have the same thing that you had for the tournament.
Yep.
Now we're gonna have it for the title against Punk.
Yeah, it's just I don't know where they're gonna go now. Now that Punk has the title, what are they gonna do with it? Like because it's like you only have maybe 5 legit champion worthy wrestlers right now, like heavyweight. Worthy.
And the crazy thing is, almost all of them are Heyman guys.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, where,
They're all Heyman guys.
what like are they going to call somebody up from NXT? What are they going to do?
Nobody's ready for that title. They've actually finally put a title on Raw that actually has some worth. Thank you, Seth Rollins, for all that you did for that title. Gave Jay a chance. The thing that pisses me off about Jay not winning was I really thought, and they very well may still give them another match, but I would have loved to see Jay Uso champion versus Jimmy Uso for the belt, and just give anybody a hope that Jimmy could win it, because he puts in the most work out of everybody.
He does, but there's something like
it's not Tom.
He doesn't have the spark like his brother has. You know what I mean? There's something with his brother that
I don't know. If you watch the promos back when they were together, and I'm not saying that he needed his brother to shine, but it was Jimmy that had the mic, not Jay.
Oh, I know.
Jimmy can talk the mic. Jimmy can do all that. It's just that Jay got over with a catchy phrase, and a little bit of crowd control.
Yep.
Right. The other thing that could be, I mean, you sit here and you think about it. If Brock comes and takes the championship, he's going to be part of the Heyman crowd with the Vision or whatever they're going to call themselves, right? Yeah. Then what you could do is you could have a feud with Braun and with Roman Reigns, right? You could take all three of those guys and put gold on them.
You could, yeah, easily,
and make the stories. You know what I'm saying? So my thing would be this: Brock is not getting any younger, right? You have to use talent while you can. He's got one last run in him, right? Before he's going to get sick of people again and say, "I'm done. I'm out of here." Right?
Yeah, this is true.
Put it on him. Let him wreck everybody, and then at the end, have the Vision flip on him, and Braun Breaker becomes champion or whatever. But let him do what he does. Let the Beast eat. Let him destroy everybody.
Yeah. You can't bring Roman into the Vision, and because there's still that storyline in that beef with him.
Right. Right.
Of course, I would love to see Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman back together. Like every time Paul Heyman introduces Brock Lesnar, you get fucking chills from it.
But think about this, what you just said. You have how many of the top guys that are Heyman guys right now that Heyman has touched and put in that top tier? Is that not crazy?
It's crazy because Heyman is the GOAT. He is the company man, not just as a manager, but behind the scenes, storytelling and everything.
Right.
Honestly, now that you say that, I honestly think that a heel turn from Cody with Heyman behind him, I could go with that.
It'd be fantastic.
Exactly.
It'd be fantastic.
Exactly.
Right.
Speaking of wrecking people and just running it, you got Charlotte Flair with 15 time. 15
time.
Like
that, yeah. 15, 16.
No, wait a minute. How many? 17 times. Yeah, so it'd be, I think she needs one more to tie her father.
One more time.
So she's 16. So she's at 15. She needs to get one more to tie with her father.
I love the title, the time that they say that, this many times or whatever, but that shows how many times they lost too.
Exactly.
Yep.
So with Jade, just like Roman, I just want to see the Roman Reigns terror run that we had for 5 years with Jade. We haven't had it with a female.
No.
They had that whole 900 and some undefeated with Asuka.
You know what would be fit perfect? I mean, everybody says that they think that build-up's going to be a Jade and Bianca Belair match at WrestleMania. But imagine this. What if Bianca heel turns, goes with Jade, and Trinity Fatu comes back
as the bad girl?
She's a heel, right? And now you've got three, and they can run, right?
Yeah, but
now the trick up the sleeve would be, imagine if you get those three, and you could get Nia involved and have that female alliance that just
Yeah,
crushes
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Everything.
It's never
The issue
hasn't
is
been done in quite some time.
the issue is once Naomi comes back, she's gonna want her title back. So there's your autumn, and she's not gonna be a face. She's
Yeah,
still gonna be a heel.
but that's what I'm saying
But
though. She fits
Yeah.
perfect with Jade now. And what if, okay,
that's a whole different title
you
too.
don't think that she would be happy if she got an intercontinental or whatever? If you could get these women, the three of them to unite like they did before, because I'm gonna tell you what, when she comes back, she's not beating Jade.
No.
She's not gonna beat Jade. She already knows that. And you wanna know what? She's probably just happy that she had her run because I'm gonna tell you, she was kind of lucky to get that
I
run.
mean, she was just picking up steam before she had to go out.
Yeah. I
Right. But
She was
think
starting to
about
cut
this
she was
though.
starting to cut really good promos,
Sure,
and she was
sure,
getting there. You know,
sure. But she's not on the same level as Bianca
Ex-
or Jade Cargill. Not
uh,
on that level. I mean, I
actually, you
hate
know
to
what?
say that.
I would say she's not quite at Bianca's level, but she's better than Jade's level. She's a good worker, and her mic skills were
Sure,
starting to pick up.
sure. But she doesn't have that it factor like Jade. That's what's going to hold her back on it because they've got so
Yeah,
much money
I
wrapped into
mean,
Jade.
so,
They're not going to do that. They're not going to let it happen. They've got too much money invested in her. They haven't cashed in on
yeah,
her yet.
yeah.
It's not dropping. It's not dropping her. But imagine if they could get these three women because they had that run where they're all good, right? They were all the three good, the powerhouse.
Mhm.
What they're calling them, the big three. Imagine if that spins to the big three that are
Yep,
heels.
yep,
That's a fantastic
yep.
faction right there,
So
right?
yeah, so it was it's going to be interesting. I know Naomi's going to be out for she ain't coming back until
Right,
mid
right,
2026. So we have
right,
we have time, but
right,
I want to see what they do with Jade and where they go with her. Like
right,
I
right,
want because now I'm curious that she has it and tips out. Who's going to be her next
right.
opponent? Is it gonna be Nia? Would you do a heel versus heel? And
I don't think it's going to be Nia. I think they've already Nia Jax, Jade Cargill matches.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of worn out. But I think what they're going to do is they're going to kind of pull if he's going to cherry opponents. They're going to crush people. So
right.
she's going to get a lot of lower tier to build
Yeah,
up her
this is fair.
dominance before she starts going after
So,
the top tier talent.
yeah,
That would only make. I mean, I look at that. That's the only way I think it makes sense because they have to build her up as a dominant force with this new attitude, right?
yeah. I'm just trying to figure out who would be the next one out to
Right,
go after her. You know what I
right.
mean?
Doesn't
Who's
matter. Just let her wreck everybody. It doesn't matter who they put her
Yeah,
up against. Just don't just don't make it like Nia, like you said.
right?
Somebody that looks like could
Yeah,
possibly
yeah,
beat her.
right,
Everyone wants to step up to, I don't want to say the queen because that's Flair, but everyone wants
right,
to step up to her now.
right,
And she's just gonna be, I mean, look how long, in the first 5-10 months of Roman Reigns, he literally had to beat everyone into submission and
yep,
build
right,
his faction and
right,
everything.
yep,
right.
I think they'll do the
There,
same with her.
they got to do a female faction that's dominant. They
Yeah,
have to. It's
yeah,
time for that, especially since you have all these amazing women in WWE. Let
yeah.
there be a faction that wrecks everybody, you
True.
know?
yeah. That would be awesome. It's just I don't know who you would have. Like 'cause they have the factions in NXT, but they don't really.
Right.
When was the
Yeah.
last time we saw a massive faction outside of the ones that they did like 5 or 6 years ago, where they had the
Right.
different groups? When was the last time you really saw a faction?
Right.
Damage Control had a
Right.
decent run,
Yeah,
Right.
but they
and
just
then
kept
that was
they
about
kept
it.
getting injury. But
Right.
So
I just think that they could and I think the time's right now because you could have a bunch of powerhouse females,
yep,
you know? I mean,
yep.
honestly, what if you brought up Jordan Grace?
You know what? You can definitely do that. There are some NXT
Right.
talent that could challenge her, but
You know,
I mean,
what was the last like?
Lash Legend could definitely, but Lash Legend could definitely go in a match with Jade. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
what if you bring them up? What if they did this? They're both NXT. What if they got brought up because they've been talking about Jordan Grace is supposed to come up, and so is Last Legend. What if they become the stable with Jade Cargill?
I
here
can
for it.
I can
You
see
know,
it.
NXT has a lot of great
Yeah, they
women
do.
that can be
Right,
brought up to the main roster, and
Yep.
probably needs to be done. We're getting a lot of, you know,
right,
Becky Lynch doesn't have that much time left. She's going to want to,
right,
be done. Seth Rollins really doesn't have that much time left. If whoever
right,
retires first, whether it's Lynch or
right,
Rollins, the next one's
right.
going.
Yep,
I mean,
exactly.
I can tell you for women that if they ever brought these two over, few from AEW, if you had Jade Cargill, Megan Bain,
Yep.
Chris Statlander, and that girl from TNA, that Olympia chick,
Oh yeah,
that's four
yeah.
powerhouses that nobody could put down.
I finally saw who you were talking
Nobody.
about just
Yeah,
recently. So yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
you want to talk about a powerhouse stable there? That's scary right there.
oh
All
yeah,
those
very
put
much
together.
so. Very much so. So
So what? Okay, so how long before you think, now that the Judgment Day doesn't have belts, how long before you think Judgment Day is done?
maybe another month.
Yeah,
Another month?
yeah,
Do
Maybe.
you
right.
think Liv Morgan's coming back sooner? You know,
Oh, that's a good question. Like it,
Yeah,
because she's been out for what 4 months.
you know.
So like it really like I would have to figure out what's going on with that and like how
I
far she is with the
I
shoulder
think
injury.
where they were going with Dom and the whole side piece of,
right,
whatever with the women,
Um,
it just isn't really hitting off because he's doing so much great by himself.
yeah,
right, right,
He doesn't need a manager, he doesn't need that. But I think
right.
that the Judgment Day thing is done.
Yeah,
And but do you break up Judgment Day and then you can't, I mean, Eddie Guerrero was the good bad guy that
yeah,
everyone loved. Lie, cheat,
right,
steal, but he was the good guy.
yep.
right.
So, do you finally break Dom out of Judgment Day, have him do all his matches against them,
I
add
mean
all that done?
for the most part, he's by himself anyways.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
least the last couple of weeks he has been. They're trying. I have
yeah,
a feeling they're going to be turning Finn face again because that's starting to pop off a little bit more. Don't know what they're going to do with JD because JD's not. He's an enhancement talent, so he's not good enough to be by himself, but he's good
right,
enough to actually wrestle like decent. Like he's a mid card guy, and that's
right,
about it. And then you got the tag teams that are all intertwined. You know what I mean? So it's just
right,
like I can see the two breaking off. Was it Dom and Finn going off, and then I can see the tag team and see them doing their thing, but that's about it. I
right.
have a feeling JD might get stuck in the middle where he's either going back down to NXT or he might be released, unfortunately.
Well, the big thing is what's happening. So the next pay per view is
It's
War
got,
Games, isn't it?
Yeah, the
it's got to be
27th, yeah.
Wiggins. Yeah.
29, 27, something like
So
that.
it's War Games, right? War
Yeah.
Games, or yeah. So now you got to look at me like who's fielding all the teams. You
Is
know what
it
I mean?
teams or
It's
is
like
it just one match?
It's it depends on what they do. So one year
right,
they did like multiple war game matches,
Yeah.
like where they
right,
had like
right,
these tag teams and this, and then they had, of course, the factions versus the
Yeah.
factions,
right,
which
right,
was more faction and then people trying to beat the faction,
Yeah.
right, right,
bloodlines and all that.
Yep.
right,
I know that they're definitely gonna. If they don't, man, I don't know. But MFT versus the White Six, faction versus faction in
Yep.
a war game
sure,
match.
sure,
And then they were gonna see. This is the toss up because it was gonna be Vision with
right.
Seth Rollins. Excuse me.
But I think all the War Games matches have always been 5-on-5 though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's been the issue, right? So if you look at it, I don't know what they're going to do with this because you've only got two factions. You got the Wyatt Six and you
Yep.
got MFT that can field a 5-on-5 War Games, right? And
Yep.
then division is pretty much a tag team right now. It's just two dudes.
Yep.
So it's really not that much of a faction, right?
Yeah.
So
I guess we'll find out more over the next 2 weeks.
Unless you do the Bronze versus whoever in a War Games type match, and then they bring out whoever they're gonna bring out, to help them.
Right, but the problem is if you do the MFT against Wyatt 6, that takes up 2 rings. Okay, it's a 2-ring show, right?
Right.
You can't have that and have those 2 rings out there and then have a match where it's 2 on 2. There's too much ring space. It doesn't look good.
They've done
visually.
Visually, from a camera angle, they've done it before where they have the 2 rings and then they just do a singles ring.
Right.
But they've done it.
They caught a lot of hell when they did that because people are like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
You got 2 rings, you need to field it. And I don't know which way they're gonna go. You know? I mean,
and we'll find out. We'll find out over the next 2 weeks.
A lot of it sank because this whole vision breaking up wasn't supposed to happen until next year.
And here's the other thing, right? The Wyatt 6 is only 4 males, 1 female right now.
Yeah.
So who do you get to field a 5th member if they're going to go up against MFTs?
Yeah, this is true.
Right. You know, so I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to be, and they really haven't said anything about anything. You know.
I said this before. WWE doesn't. Their storytelling lately has just been from show to show.
Yeah.
Like they haven't been. Hey, you're gonna have one match here. You're gonna have the rubber match here, and then the blow off at the end. It's not like that. Their storytelling is from pay-per-view to pay-per-view, and it's coming back. Certain things are coming back and biting them in the butt, and this is one of them. You know what I mean?
Right. So. Definitely be interesting to see what they put together.
Yeah.
You know, because I got a feeling ESPN's not going to be happy if they dump another bad pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, ESPN's going to be pissed. They had their own reporters saying that it was a bad show, the last one. So I can even imagine, you know what I mean?
Right. So I mean, they're going to have to really figure something out. You know, I don't know. You know, and then you got work. Actually, no, it's not War Games. It's Survivor Series, isn't it?
It's Survivor Series War Games. They stopped with Survivor Series and put it
together. Unless they go back to, we're just going to do a Survivor Series type because the Survivor Series is 1 ring. And then they don't have to worry about
Raw versus SmackDown, and I never liked that.
I hated that.
Initially, though, it wasn't Raw versus SmackDown.
No, they had teams. And the teams didn't really make sense. They were just a bunch of people thrown together because they hated other people.
But think about that. If you think about it, that's all they really have right now.
Yeah, just a bunch of dudes playing other dudes, hating other dudes.
Right, exactly. You know, so I mean, you have to work with what you have. You know,
Jay, I stole your line. I apologize.
Yeah, but I mean, everything right now, it's like you said, it's always show to show, and last minute, what could happen, right? I mean, you never know what can happen. Don't worry, I got your back.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks.
But yeah,
I still need a button. Damn it, I still need a button.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that pay-per-view. It's going to be interesting to see who's Cena. Anybody want to take a guess on who Cena's last opponent's going to be?
You know what? I'm going to throw this out there. It's going to be a long shot. The Miz. I'm just that's the only one that nobody's talked about because he had a feud with Cena for
right.
I mean, Miz did have a decent run, and he is the best heel that they've ever had.
Yeah,
longest, whatever. Honestly, I want to say that it's going to be Gunther's return, and then the build up for him after Cena leaves. I don't want that. I would love to see another Lesnar versus Cena.
Mm-hmm. No. That's, dude.
I know the
How,
ship has sailed. I
how do
know
you,
the ship has sailed.
how do you come back? How do you come back from getting F5 25 times? You had no offense.
Yeah,
Nobody believes that you're going to get a miracle, right? Like it's done, dude. The Lesnar Cena is over. I think they gave us a hint because of the simple fact they said doesn't have to be from WWE.
Yeah.
And I think Edge, there's a deal that
oh yeah.
happens,
I
and
really hope
Edge,
that rumor is true because my jaw would
yep,
drop.
yep.
But
Because
I,
here's the thing: if you really want to make the last one spectacular, and you want to
right,
draw and put, as
right,
JR would say, asses in the seats, that's the one you go with.
right.
Because let's face it, both these companies have tons of money. They're going to be willing to play with each other, going, okay, you want him, that's fine, but we're keeping Andrade or whatever. They're going to let Edge
Yeah.
come over and do this match.
I just
Gotcha.
I think there's too much bad blood for it to happen.
Mhm.
Listen, remember what they've always said in WWE: the door never shuts, and
Right.
there's never an absolute no. Because how
Right.
many have come back where you've thought, my God, the bad blood is so nope,
Yep.
When there's money, when
I
there's
don't think there's
money
bad
involved,
blood with Edge. I don't obviously he left on good terms. I'm saying that there's too much between Khan and
TKO, yeah.
TKO or whatever. But yeah,
this
money
this
talks.
is what talks. This is what
And
talks,
that
and they're
would be
going to
the
make it
match.
happen.
That would
Yep.
be the match.
Right. Because if they're saying, why would they say they don't have to be in the company right now? Right.
Right.
Like
Right.
they've already told you, oh, they don't have to be in the company to be in this. They've already
Mhm.
gave you the hint right there.
They give, however many tournaments,
Right.
dun 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 dun, build it
Yeah.
up, and then
Boom.
boom, Edge comes back, wins that tournament, and then
Right.
you're gonna have to give him, they're WWE is gonna have to have some kind of like, advantage. So we get him for 2, but we're gonna stop the year contract for Andre.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And here's the thing, if you think about it too, there is nobody in TNA that they're gonna bring up. Because you're like, oh, TNA is not WWE. It is, but you're like, there's nobody in there they're gonna bring up to face Cena last match.
Yeah, like because I'm like, they're gonna bring up Moose. I mean,
Right. I mean, that makes no sense. Everybody's going to look at that and be like, well, that's a lame match. I don't care
exactly,
about it. You
exactly.
know, they're not going to do Joe Hendry. That's definitely
Oh
not going to
God, no.
happen. Yeah. So, I mean,
Don't
it's
even
got to
mention
be,
his
it's
name.
got to be somebody from AEW, you know, it's got to,
Hope so. Hope
it's
so.
got to be Edge
Unless they
because
bring
like,
somebody over
like they
from
said,
Japan, but
WWE still owns the name Edge.
yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, he
So,
really wouldn't be, it
no,
really wouldn't be anything against anything.
because he's not there's no trademark there that he's
yeah,
going against. They own Edge.
because
So,
Cope is
right.
AEW.
Right.
You know,
And so,
so
he's just a guy plays two different characters, right?
yeah,
It
that's true. So
it would be it'd be funny for it to be Edge and then him be able to come back and then take the name with him. Like, look, I'll come back. Let me get my name too. Because they had to do the music different a little bit.
mhm.
Right. Now here's the question though. If Edge comes back, is Lita coming down the aisle with him?
No,
You don't think so?
no,
No,
No? You don't
no,
think so? The
no,
rated R superstar? I mean,
no.
no.
It wouldn't make any sense for Lita to be there.
True.
Edge, yes. Lita, no.
Lita already showed that she can't do what she used to be able to do.
sure. But I'm just wondering if it's, if he's going to come back as the rated R superstar.
Yeah.
When he was champ, he had the championship going. Lita was with him during
Yeah,
that.
I don't see it.
I don't see it. I don't think it's needed. I think that's a little over the top. I think that's
Well,
too much
she
fun
she
on
is
a Sunday.
she is under contract with WWE, so it's not like they got to pay out anything. She's got a legend contract, so just her coming down the aisle. Not saying she gets involved,
Mhm.
just coming down the aisle, so we get that rated R superstar entrance. I think that's a possibility. I'm not saying she gets involved in the match, but
All right.
that's what he was really known for, rated R superstar.
But obviously, I think Plan B would have to be Gunther.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. What does he get from that?
Another notch on his belt, like Brock Lesnar had when he beat the Undertaker.
You already beat Goldberg. You already beat those guys, and to be honest, I mean, you look at Cena. The guy hasn't won matches in how long?
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing too. Out of all the retirement matches that they give people,
right?
Who's really won? They're not gonna give John Cena this tour and then his last match make him lose.
Yeah.
So I honestly, the edge play is the best play, but the fact that too many of us online have tried to say it better happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They'd be stupid if they didn't make it happen.
Stupid. But they were stupid not to do a tricks and streets fight match. So,
well, your heroes were down at Universal doing their thing at the haunted house. So, I blame you and your heroes. That's why we didn't get creepy, cheapy Halloween.
All right, gentlemen. Terrible. But yeah, so the upcoming weeks should be interesting, especially Monday to figure out who's going to be on. I think they said it was Monday. Who's actually going to be on the tournament, and then now WWE actually has content for the next couple of weeks.
Right. Well, guys, the meter didn't even move tonight.
It didn't. You're slacking, Dino. What the hell?
Didn't even move. I just felt that I didn't want to annoy you tonight.
It's okay, Dino. It's okay. It's all right.
Did not want to annoy you.
To bring up the meter and with Enzo, I've been watching a lot with him lately. Maybe they need to really do bring him back and do something. I mean, like eventually Zilla. There was I forgot to mention there was something about Zilla posted about, hey, get me in. So he does have tryouts and votes or whatever. So if Zilla goes, they need to fix the wrongs that they did with Enzo, and I think Enzo comes with Zilla.
Right. And that's my thing with him without being on the meter, Sasquatch. But if you look at him, I'm not saying that he needs to be an actual wrestler.
Yeah.
He needs to be more of a mouthpiece manager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I would be even okay what he was doing with Big Cass. He was the mouthpiece that wrestled a little bit. I was perfectly okay with that.
I just think that there's certain things that need to be done before it expires. I mean, every wrestler entertainer has a shelf life, right?
Yep, exactly.
And I'll tell you what, he is completely hot right now. I mean, without being on a big show, right? He is hot. So imagine what they could do with him if he was back in WWE. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah. So, this one right here. This one.
I got it, but my camera's not going to show the picture quite well.
Ashen Oak is amazing. Ashen Oak is amazing.
It is.
I was
well worth the money. Well worth
exactly. I was very honored to be chosen one of the makers for that, by the way. So thank you. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Yep.
Your stuff is just getting better and better. I hope one day we see.
I just recently redid the labels for Odin's Theory, and I just kind of wanted to show it off.
It is fall and Christmas and everything coming on. So Elegant Sasquatch does have that whipped butter back.
Yes, I do.
That's the butter y'all need to try.
There will be almost all of it will be back up on the website this coming weekend. I got to make it all. I just
the beard's got nice fluff from that butter.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Right.
So that will be back up on the website this weekend. I got a show in Bridgeton this weekend, Bridgeton, New Jersey, at the Dragon's Den. It's a Viking Experience takeover.
Nice. Nice.
Right.
Yeah,
well, guys, I got to tell you, it's always a pleasure to be on this show with my two brothers from another mother. We always have fun, and I don't know. We'll see if any of our predictions come in.
Hopefully.
But guys, thank you for everybody that tuned in and watched, and anybody watching the replay. We appreciate you. And I'll tell you what, all I got to say is keep your head on a swivel, watch some wrestling, tune into us, and we'll see you at the same time next week. Fellas, thank you very much, and Talk to you all later.
Peace.